Oasis Audio presents the complete Edgar Rice Burroughs collection, fully authorized by Edgar Rice Burroughs, Incorporated.
Oasis Audio presents Dark Tides of Mars, a novel of Barsoom, from the Wild Adventures of Edgar Rice Burroughs series, by Chris L. Adams, read for you by John Mclain. Prologue. With the light of Thuria shining down softly as she carved a swift path through the skies of Barsoom, a trio of mounted men trotted rapidly along an ancient road that descended the desiccated coastline of an extinct sea, making their way out to what were once its great deeps. The ancient path they followed was not the oldest fixture within view, since besides circling about the occasional rock formation dotting the landscape, it also wended its way beneath the even more ancient remains of a primordial wharf, whose great piers and decks reared their massive components far over the heads of the riders and their swift thoats. "How is it, John Carter," asked Tardos Mors, Jedak of Helium, "that you are so confident he will pass this way tonight? The idea seemed credible when we set out earlier, that your powers of deduction might indeed derive when and where he might pass this eve, but the light has waned, and night is upon us, and now it seems less so, and that more likely as not we shall never see him, nor he us, but instead that we shall in all likelihood pass like thoats in the night." Bathed in Thuria's swift-moving and dancing moonbeams, whose rapid movement lent such nimbleness to their fleetly moving shadows as to veritably make them seem alive, John Carter smiled at the Barsoomian colloquialism, given its similarity to an earthly saying with which he was familiar. "I know him," he replied. "Also, as I have made the trip in his company, both to and from his city, I know he prefers it. And after traveling it myself, I have found this the most interesting route of those I've taken by thoat. Not, mind you, because it is the quickest, because it isn't, but rather because it offers vistas of great beauty that are not lost upon me, nor are they lost on those of his race." "I too have taken this road," added the third rider, "but not alone for its natural beauties, which are in truth profound. I find it interesting to bypass dead cities, and there is one in this direction that I enjoy seeing." "And what city might that be, Carthorius of Helium?" asked Tardos Mors, who happened to be the young man's great-grandfather. "Hold," cautioned John Carter with a raised hand, who alone of any man alive might speak thus to the Jedak of Helium with impunity. Carter halted his beast upon the crest of a hillock they were crossing. Before him, for as far as the eye could see, under the influence of the quirky movement of Thuria's dashing moonbeams, hill and dale rolled upward and downward into darkened valleys, disappearing in the distance toward a horizon that appeared black but for the moonlit hilltops. The men stared in the direction indicated by Carter. "I don't see anything," offered Carthoris after a moment. "Neither do I. Now," replied his father, who on this world went by many names, not the least of which was Warlord of Barsoom. "Why not wait here a tal or two and see if he appears?" suggested Tardos Mors. "By the way, John Carter, do not forget to send me that recommendation for our special envoy. You seemed to feel you had a perfect candidate when we last spoke on the topic."
Sample complete. Ready to continue?